The Colorado River, a ribbon of blue snaking through the arid lands, is the very lifeblood of the American West. It's more than just a river, it's a lifeline, a source of sustenance, and a critical artery for a vast and growing region. This vital waterway sustains 40 million people, providing drinking water, irrigation, and power. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to thrive in challenging environments. The Colorado River's reach extends across 7 U.S. states, from the high Rockies to the deserts of the Southwest, and continues into 2 states in Mexico, shaping ecosystems and economies along its path. Its waters are a shared resource, a common thread weaving together diverse communities. It carves through arid landscapes, sculpting majestic canyons and creating fertile valleys. The river's journey is a dramatic display of nature's power, a constant reminder of the forces that have shaped this region for millennia. The Colorado River is the reason enabling cities like Los Angeles, a sprawling metropolis in the heart of Southern California, can flourish despite the region's natural aridity. It also supports Phoenix, a desert city that has blossomed into a major economic hub, and Las Vegas, a glittering oasis in the Nevada desert. These cities, and countless smaller communities, exist where they otherwise couldn't, thanks to the reliable flow of the Colorado River. To harness its power and manage its flow, we've built massive dams, engineering marvels that stand as symbols of our ambition. We've constructed intricate aqueducts, vast networks of canals and pipelines that transport water across hundreds of miles. We've built entire economies around its flow, creating a complex system of water rights, regulations, and dependencies. The river's management is governed by a tangled web of laws and treaties, agreements forged over decades to allocate its precious resources. The river irrigates nearly 5 million acres of farmland, transforming arid landscapes into productive agricultural centers. This irrigation is crucial, producing much of the nation's winter vegetables and sustaining a vital agricultural industry. Its dams, like the iconic Hoover Dam, a testament to human engineering, and Glen Canyon Dam, a vital source of water storage and power generation, generate billions of kilowatt-hours of clean, renewable energy, providing a vital source of clean energy, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. This power is essential, powering the region's growth and sustaining its modern lifestyle. For decades, we assumed the river would always provide a seemingly endless supply of water to meet our growing demands. We were counting on consistent snowmelt from the Rocky Mountains and predictable cycles of rainfall to replenish its flow. But the climate is warming at an alarming rate, disrupting these natural patterns. As a result, the river's patterns are shifting, and its flow is diminishing, threatening the delicate balance of the entire region. The assumptions that built the modern West, the foundations upon which our cities and economies were built, are now in doubt, challenged by the harsh realities of a changing climate. The Colorado River is sending us a message, a clear and urgent warning that we can no longer ignore. The delicate balance we've relied on for so long, the equilibrium between human needs and natural resources, is far more fragile than we ever realized, teetering on the brink of collapse. We're only beginning to grasp the magnitude of the challenge ahead, the profound implications of this new reality for our communities, our economies, and our way of life. The story of the Colorado River is no longer just about water. It's about survival, adaptation, and the choices we make today. It's about our future, the legacy we leave for generations to come, and the kind of world we want to inhabit. For 2 decades, the Colorado River system had been gripped by a relentless drought, a prolonged dry spell that seemed to have no end in sight. The once mighty river, a lifeline for millions across the American Southwest, was slowly but surely dwindling. The Colorado River system was on the brink. Its reservoirs were alarmingly low, its dams threatened, and the future of the region hung in the balance. The situation was dire, with water levels plummeting to historic lows, sparking widespread concern and prompting urgent action. But then, the winter of 2023 arrived, and everything changed in a way no one could have predicted. It was a season of unprecedented snowfall, a dramatic shift from the arid conditions that had plagued the region for so long. A series of powerful atmospheric rivers swept across the Rockies, unleashing a torrent of snow that blanketed the mountains in a thick white coat. These storms, laden with moisture from the Pacific, dumped record amounts of snow, transforming the landscape and offering a glimmer of hope. The snowpack swelled to levels not seen in a generation, a vast reservoir of frozen water that promised to replenish the depleted river system. The sheer volume of snow was staggering, a testament to the power of nature and a potential turning point in the long-standing drought. As spring arrived, the anticipation grew. The melt sent torrents of water into parched riverbeds and depleted reservoirs, breathing new life into the struggling ecosystem. Rivers surged, lakes expanded, and the landscape began to transform from a parched wasteland to a vibrant oasis. Lake Powell and Lake Mead, once symbols of a looming water crisis, began to rise steadily, offering a tangible sign of recovery and relief. The rising waters gradually submerged their infamous bathtub rings, those stark white bands that marked the previous low water levels, a visual reminder of the drought's severity. Scientists were stunned. The speed and scale of the turnaround were truly remarkable. They were taken aback not just by the sheer volume of water flowing into the system, but by the speed of recovery, which defied all expectations. Years of drought had baked the soil, leaving it hard and cracked, seemingly incapable of absorbing much water. Yet the runoff efficiency was unexpectedly high, suggesting that the landscape was more resilient than previously thought. This sudden reversal upended long-held assumptions and challenged existing models, forcing experts to reevaluate their understanding of the river system. It raised new questions about the river's future, prompting a deeper investigation into the factors that contributed to this unexpected recovery. Was this a temporary break in the drought, a fleeting moment of relief, or was it a sign of a more volatile climate, characterized by extreme swings between drought and deluge? The shock wasn't just the abundance of water. It was the stark reminder of nature's unpredictability, its capacity to surprise and confound even the most seasoned observers. In this new era, where climate patterns are shifting and extremes are becoming more frequent, the past is no longer a reliable guide, and the future of the Colorado River remains uncertain. Before the deluge, the Colorado River system was facing collapse. The West endured its driest 22-year stretch in over a millennium, a mega-drought that redefined the region's climate. Reservoirs like Lake Powell and Lake Mead dropped to historic lows, exposing empty canyons and triggering the first-ever federal water shortage declaration. The threat of dead pool, when reservoirs can't send water downstream, became real, endangering millions. States scrambled to negotiate unprecedented water cuts, with the federal government threatening to intervene. The system, designed for a wetter era, was buckling under modern demands. The 2023 deluge offered a temporary reprieve, refilling reservoirs and buying precious time. But the core problem remains. The river is over-allocated, and demand still outstrips supply. The wet year didn't erase 2 decades of drought. It highlighted the system's vulnerability. The crisis isn't over, it's only paused. Sustainable solutions are more urgent than ever. Scientists track the Colorado River's pulse with a network of high-tech monitoring systems. Snowtel sites in the Rockies measure snowpack depth and water content, providing early warnings of unusual years. Streamflow gauges confirm how much water actually reaches the river, while satellites track reservoir levels with precision. In 2023, the data revealed a surprise. Despite parched soils, runoff efficiency was far higher than expected. Theories suggest the sheer volume and speed of melt overwhelmed the soil's ability to absorb water. This forced scientists to rethink their models. What worked in the past no longer fits a climate of extremes. The event exposed the limits of our forecasting tools. Now, researchers are racing to update models for a world where drought and deluge can follow each other in rapid succession. The science is clear. The river's behavior is changing, and so must our understanding. The sudden change in the Colorado River was triggered by nature, but shaped by us. Climate change has made the West hotter and drier, intensifying droughts and making storms more extreme. A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, fueling powerful deluges like those in 2023. This climate whiplash makes water management far more difficult, feast or famine, with little in between. But the crisis is also the result of a century of overuse. Cities and farms have long taken more water than the river can reliably provide. The 2023 deluge exposed the fragility of a system stretched to its limits. The drought revealed the cracks. The flood showed how quickly things can change. The human fingerprint is everywhere, from the warming climate to the over-allocated water rights. The lesson is clear. Nature's volatility and human choices are now inseparable. The river's fate is in our hands. The sudden and dramatic rise in reservoir levels brought a wave of much-needed relief to cities. offering a temporary respite from the pressures of dwindling water resources. Farms, providing a crucial lifeline for agricultural operations across the region, and wildlife, offering a chance for parched ecosystems and struggling species across the Southwest to recover. Urban water managers gained a temporary buffer, easing immediate concerns about supply shortages. This buys time for essential long-term planning and the implementation of sustainable strategies, delaying the need for immediate harsh restrictions. Farmers, especially those in the vital agricultural hubs of California and Arizona, avoided what could have been catastrophic irrigation cuts, ensuring the continuation of their operations. This protects not only food supplies for the nation, but also the livelihoods of countless families who depend on agriculture. But it's crucial to remember that the reprieve is only temporary, and significant uncertainty still looms over the long-term future of agriculture and water availability in the region. Wildlife and the region's fragile ecosystems also benefited from the increased water availability, as higher flows helped to rejuvenate critical habitats that had been suffering from prolonged drought. This supported the recovery of native species, offering them a better chance of survival in a challenging environment. Yet, the rapid whiplash from severe drought conditions to sudden flood can also disrupt the delicate ecological balances that have adapted to more consistent environmental conditions. The Colorado River Delta in Mexico, a historically vibrant ecosystem, may experience a brief revival if the increased water flow manages to reach all the way to the sea. However, the greatest danger lies in complacency, because a single wet year could easily lull us into a false sense of security, leading us to ignore the urgent need for fundamental reform in water management practices. The real test of our commitment to sustainability is how we respond to this temporary abundance. Will we revert to business as usual, continuing wasteful practices that have led to the current crisis? Or will we embrace bold, lasting change, implementing innovative solutions and sustainable policies that ensure a more secure water future? The long-term future of the Colorado River and the communities that depend on it ultimately depends on the choices we make right now. Scientists agree, the wet year of 2023 is an outlier, not a turning point. The long-term trend is clear. Less water, more volatility, and a hotter, drier west. For every degree of warming, the river's flow drops further, even in years with good snow. The challenge is to manage a shrinking, unpredictable resource. This means moving beyond drought response to adapting for permanent scarcity. The core problem, demand exceeding supply, remains unsolved. Solutions require aggressive conservation, water recycling, and rethinking what we grow and how we live. The future of the river is a choice we make now. If we act boldly, we can build resilience. If not, crisis will return. The science is both a warning and a guide. The Colorado River's shocking reversal is a wake-up call for the American West. We must accept that the climate has changed and plan for a future of extremes. Collaboration among states, federal agencies, and Mexico is more crucial than ever. The current reprieve is a chance to forge lasting, equitable agreements, not to relax. Hard conversations about water use and allocation can't be postponed. Conservation must become a way of life, from cities to farms. Investments in water-saving technology and efficient irrigation are essential. We must value water as the finite, fragile resource it is. The shock can be a catalyst for building a more sustainable future. The opportunity to adapt is now, before the next crisis hits. The Colorado River's story is one of dramatic change and urgent questions. We've swung from the brink of collapse to a fleeting sense of relief. The old rules no longer apply. We face a volatile future of scarcity and surplus. The river's fate is tied to our ability to adapt, feed our nation, and power our cities. Its health reflects our own resilience in a changing world. Ignoring the warning signs risks economic and social upheaval. The river's story is a microcosm of global water and climate challenges. Our response will set a precedent, either a cautionary tale or a model for adaptation. The sudden change is a gift, a chance to change course before it's too late. The river asks if we have the courage and wisdom to forge a new relationship with it. Our answer is being written now in our actions and our will.